Century Age of Ash had 12,000 players on its opening few days, and that number has now dwindled down to around 600 to 700, and the only reason why it's above 1,000 is because they are running a double XP event. How is it possible that a game that is brand new, that was released in December, had lost most of its player base within less than 2 months? About a week ago, I started playing Century Age of Ash, which came out in December of last year. And within a few short months, the game is now possibly at the point of dying. And that's not being too dramatic. The numbers have taken such a dive that if Playwing, the creators of Century Age of Ash, don't do something quick, this game will be history within a few months. Which would be sad, as there is some serious potential in this game as a whole. But due to a bad launch and shitty practices, it is now suffering and dying. I'm going to look at all the issues in this game and if there is anything that they can do to change course. Century Age of Ash is a game about fast-paced dragon dogfights. If that sounds like fun, to an extent it really is. It is, like I said, fast-paced, with quick maneuvering, a bit of tactics, and it's pretty easy on the eyes with some solid sound effects. The game itself, although a bit janky at times, especially when you hit walls, is actually perfectly fine. The gameplay is fun, but unfortunately, I think with like a lot of PvP games, it gets really boring really fast. With only around 4 maps and 3 classes, you're going to burn through the game in less than a week, which is exactly what happened to me. They are now releasing a new map, but having only 3 at launch is a bit of a problem. But at the very least, the game is skill-based, not point-based. There is no skill point system, so all your levels really only open up is new cosmetics. So if you're a level 80, it's not that you're powerful, you just have a bit more experience than most. The main reason you level up is for rewards. Unfortunately, the rewards are downright pitiful and do not encourage you to keep playing. Everyone gets the exact same reward upon leveling. There is no random feature, so if you're not buying anything, you're probably going to look exactly the same as the other level 20 or level 15 or level 10. Which makes it an awful grind with little reward. And that's really it for the game. It's just a dogfight with not a lot to offer. Onto the larger issues that this game has faced since launch and why it is now suddenly going downhill. Upon launch, the game has seen numerous disconnecting issues. I myself had to suffer through 6 attempts before I could finish the tutorial alone. Many other players complain about the same issue, with the game simply kicking you out mid-game, or some even complaining about the game refusing to launch at all. Although the disconnecting issues have now been resolved to an extent, it's difficult to deny that it no doubt had a profound effect on player retention in those early days. I myself left the game for a good few days before I tried again. By then the servers were fixed, but not everyone will give a game another chance once it has burned them. And getting kicked constantly is not something anyone wants to see in a brand new game. But thankfully it has been fixed. To an extent. There are still people who are complaining about getting disconnected, but it is a lot less. During this disconnecting fiasco, they dropped their first packs, which cost something between $60 to $80 per pack. They were immediately called out for their predatory practices, and both packs' prices were dropped quite heavily. This of course did not endear them to the community, nor to newer players. The biggest issue by far, and one that still plagues the game, is bad matchmaking. Although levels do not equal a stronger character through skill points, players of a higher level boasts a better experience with the game. So pitting a level 5 player against a level 50 is downright impossible and unfair. But it gets worse when your team is a mixed bag of new and old, and the other team is a solid team with higher levels. Due to this terrible matchmaking, some players are getting decimated in the game. I played a total of 12 matches, 6 of which had one team that was completely crushed by the other. As a result, many players will abandon ship mid-game, leaving the rest high and dry to try and battle it out against impossible odds. Fun times. The problem is compounded by players making up gangs and working together against a randomized team. These players are most likely in chat rooms and work hard to get a clean sweep in matches, which has the obvious effect of discouraging new or solo players, alienating them and getting them to quit. When these issues are brought up in chat rooms, for example in the Discord area, the responses is a resounding "get good." Playwing decided to respond to this bad matchmaking problem by hiding it. Character levels do not display anymore, and although this makes it more difficult to determine the balance of matchmaking, it creates a new problem. Some higher level players, like myself, will at the very least ease up if they know the other players are new, to give them a fair chance. Now that we have no information about player levels, top tier players will now crush newbies without even realizing it. Well done, Playwing. Have a silver coin. You've earned it. This one boils my blood. As I stated in the entry of this video, this game is an elongated, horrible grind for pitiful rewards. To give you some perspective, there are 100 levels and only 2.4% of players have even bothered to reach level 20. That should give you an idea of how much fun the game is. But a recent bug actually prevents you from getting XP. In total, I've lost around 80,000 XP. In 12 matches, I lost XP 3 times for a total of 19,000 XP. So not only are you losing matches because of bad matchmaking, even after you've gotten crushed, you don't even get the rewards you were supposed to get. In response to the XP bug, Playwing decided to make a double XP weekend to balance out the bad XP drops. However, this does not help if I still can't get XP. This only makes the grind 10 times worse and makes me question the ethics of Playwing. Are they deliberately dragging their feet with this glitch to entice players to rather buy? I mean, the less XP we get, the less likely we are in getting to the next level and getting some free stuff. It feels a little scummy, but it is just a thought. Then again, buying isn't much of an option either. Some players are now reporting that when they buy packs, they don't receive their items, and Playwing does not have anything in place to make up for it. And you're going to want to buy because the rewards are pitiful. I know I use that word a lot, but that is what it is. Pitiful, 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 pitiful. When I reached level 19, I received a backdrop from my name and 800 silver. For context, to buy a single dragon, it will cost me around 12,000 to 18,000 silver. After grinding to level 20, I can now buy one dragon. They need to distribute more to make the game more rewarding. Right now, it's horrible to play because you don't get anything for the effort you put in. But I'm guessing the problem is they don't have enough cosmetics in-game to give them out too quickly. So they're choking them to prevent you from burning as quickly through the cosmetics as you would through the gameplay. To top it off, we also have legendary chests that don't drop anything legendary. Just absolutely fantastic. As of now, I am having a hard time going back and playing anymore. Why should I? The game is a grind with pitiful rewards. The matchmaking is chaotic, making it difficult to get invested in any of the battles. And to top it off, now I'm losing tons of XP. And something, just a bonus that is just driving me crazy, I don't know who the Storm Legion or Fire Legion are. I don't know why I'm fighting. I don't know why I should care. It sounds like a very silly thing to get worked up over, but it helps me to get immersed in the game if I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. But apparently, this is normal for PvP games, according to the Discord server and according to the Steam community tab. This is absolutely normal for PvP games. You don't know what you're doing, you just do it because it's fun. Anyway, that's absolutely a pet peeve, but I just wanted to mention it because it annoys me. In most games, you will get hackers or cheaters who use hacks to get an advantage in the game. So far, they have aimbots and speed hacks in this game. Although this is part of online gaming, this only creates a further rift in matches, compounding the problems of bad matchmaking, compounding the problems of players ganging up on lower level players, and making it more difficult to win, progress, or even enjoy the game. Cheating is part of games, but it becomes compounded where there are a lot of other problems already in the game. It just exemplifies those problems. The issue with bad matchmaking is worsened by white knights who stick their fingers in their ears and ignore any and all criticism in the game. The Get Good squad, who like to look down on you for not being an instant success in the game. These people, along with the cheaters and hackers, are further driving potential new players away. Trying to silence player voices only worsens an already bad situation. You, white knights, are choking out any further potential interest in the game through your manic desperation to defend it. Think about it like this. If you're getting your ass handed to you due to bad matchmaking, you see actual cheaters in-game, you lose all your XP after the match, And when you put your concerns and frustration into a post, you get a response along the lines of, "Stop whining, you suck, get good." Will that, in all honesty, keep you in the game? Will that make you want to continue playing? You people are quietly snuffing out the last dregs of interest people may have been harboring for this game due to your shitty attitude. Well done, White Knights. Have a silver coin. You've earned it. The game is in serious trouble, and the problem lies in both the community and the game itself. Playwing has a lot to do if they want to see this game remain online for at bare minimum a year. They need to add content and fix matchmaking as quickly as possible before it's too late. Player numbers are already dwindling as the double XP event still goes on, and the community as a whole need to cool their white knighting and be supportive of newer players and their issues with the game. But here comes the bigger issue. Some players are now saying that Playwing only made this game for a quick cash grab. When we consider the terrible content, dragging of feet in fixing the game, and the predatory prices for their first packages, it does throw up some bright red flags. This is a PC game that was originally designed for a mobile game, and damn it shows. I don't know if this was a cash grab, but as it stands now, if they don't pull up their socks and fix this mess, the game will die, and Playwing's reputation along with it.